boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town. Welcome back to Ultraboys.
New Super Ultra Boys.
New Super Ultraboys. It's been 4 years since the
been 4
last
years.
episode.
That's crazy.
It's been ages. Is
yeah,
that
we're
counting
bringing
the
it back.
lost episodes? Mario.
Yeah, including the lost episode.
Wow.
It's been 4 years.
In that time, Moon got headphones.
It's
That's
so
true.
true.
I
it
finally did it. I bought these just
Ah.
for the podcast, and the cord is not long enough, so I'm like hunched over a little bit. But
Shall we
it's fine.
introduce ourselves and what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm Rob. I love Castlevania 64.
Don't
I'm
we all?
Holden. I love normal Castlevania, and will come to realize what I think about 64. Playing this was my idea.
It was.
This was your curse.
Yeah, it was.
I'm Moon or Aiden. I run a YouTube channel that you're probably watching this on.
Yeah,
And
this is now on your
Castlevania 64
responsibility.
and Legacy of Darkness are definitely games.
brother.
They sure are.
You know, I have a lot. It was supposed to be a lot more. You know the history of Castlevania 64?
Yes, I do.
I'm all too familiar. I deep dived into this game. It fascinated me ever so.
Right? Because right off the bat, you can immediately assume that it's not supposed to be this way.
No,
No, it's visibly not
This
finished.
wasn't the vision.
It's visibly not finished. Almost every
Yeah.
single level is unfinished.
It was supposed to have a Final Fantasy-like story. It was supposed to have 4 characters.
It was
a
supposed
real
to have
day
the
and night
ability to
cycle.
swing off of whips and off
yes,
of hooks
sir.
and
Real RPG
It's
elements.
gonna have NPCs.
But
Hey, there's one NPC. There's one NPC.
And there's
in this
one
game.
and there's one entire NPC that has like a Majora's Mask day-night like schedule where he goes to bed and walks around for some reason.
that's what the whole
in
game
a
was supposed to
5-foot
be like.
room.
Yeah, in a tiny room. They put like a month's worth of effort in the one like NPC.
I don't think I dislike Castlevania 64.
I don't either, but it's certainly not a good video game.
No,
It's
but I
the
have like
most
a weird.
interesting
I'm
piece of shit I've
very
ever
weirdly
played.
infatuated by it.
That is a good way of putting it. It's a very interesting piece of shit. Because every bit of this game that you play, it's like very clearly wasn't Miyamoto's vision.
You can see the vision at like every turn. It just never comes all the way through.
Yeah, pretty
the
much
clock
the
tower.
the villa is like the only thing in this game that feels like almost 100% finished, and it's
I'd even
surrounded
say,
by
like, the
levels
first
that are like
couple levels.
There's a very clear like first and second half of this game.
Yeah, you can
Oh, yeah.
It's really interesting to me because you could pinpoint exactly where they had to give up, and it's when you jump into the coffin and just get
Yeah.
teleported. To
It's
the
like Metal Gear Solid 5.
I
Like
think-
the moment that shit gets like something went wrong.
yeah, pretty much. I like how
like the first 3 levels are like completely connected. Like
Yep.
you could like see the throughway through all of them. It's like, okay, you go to the forest, and you go to the castle, and then you go to the villa. It's like, okay, yeah.
yep.
And then after the villa, you just jump into a coffin, and you're just teleported to whatever the fucking rest of the levels are.
I think it's even
It's like
funnier in
some
Legacy of
lines.
Darkness, which we'll get to, but at the end of the villa in Legacy of Darkness, you jump into a coffin and then suddenly you're on the side of the castle wall, you walk out of a door,
Yeah.
and Legacy of Darkness, but that's for a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
It's so interesting how they made Legacy of Darkness when already the game was had a lot more to go for it. If you understand what I'm saying, it's like it very clearly wasn't complete. So when they tried to complete the game, it was the same shit.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't understand what they meant.
They released it 10 months after. What a mess.
They made it like they took the time to redesign all of the old levels instead of just making new ones.
Yep.
Surely it wasn't successful enough to warrant that.
Nope.
I don't know. It sold very poorly. In fact,
So what did they mean by this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Someone on the team said, okay, this is unfinished, but we can finish it and make it good. And then somehow they proceeded to not finish it.
And make it
remember-
worse, even.
I remember
I would
the music
argue.
was good.
It's really something. But back to Castlevania 64, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
classic.
the back half it's really something.
It's
Some of those
so
levels, I think maybe the most incredible thing is the tower levels, which take up a good chunk of the back half of the game.
Yeah,
not
because
only
it's just making the game longer.
well, not only are
Horrible.
the towers blatantly unfinished, all 4 of them, but each character, there's 2 characters, there's Reinhardt and Carrie, has to go through 2 towers, and one of them is blatantly belongs to the cut characters. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah,
Because like
it
Reinhardt,
makes me wonder how far in they went before they realized that they couldn't actually realize their vision.
it
Yeah, I
It's-
don't like they made these levels like completely, and
They
then they're
didn't-
just like, just
we
put
don't
'em
have
here,
time to
so-
finish the characters, but we made character specific levels for them for some reason.
Yeah, like what?
Why are you
What is-
making the Tower
why?
of Science when the guy
don't
who
know.
you haven't even started working on the character who fucking
And you have to
You're supposed
wonder
to
like
go
how
through
much
it.
more
It's like-
effort it really would have been to just finish up a character. Like you made the levels, like just make a character. Like that doesn't.
No,
does
they
that
couldn't-
really take that long?
they couldn't afford to have a 3-month delay to finish the characters that already had
guess
levels in
not.
the game. It was
I
impossible.
would have loved to be a
And
fly
then
on that wall.
And then I like how even though they made Legacy of Darkness, they still didn't bring back one of the cut characters. They just made a different one.
Yeah,
They just
mean
they
that.
did.
that they did.
It doesn't make sense.
It's such a strange fucking game.
I can't
will
say I had
say-
a bad time.
I think Reinhardt is the better playthrough, probably. Like, Carrie
Oh,
is so fucking
100%.
mindless and boring, where you're just running around spamming magic. And also, she has
Dude, I hate
worst
I
level
hate
in the
playing
game.
as Carrie.
She has the worst
Carrie
fucking level in
sucks.
the game. The Tower of Sorcery is so fucking awful. It's incredible.
That shit is actual garbage.
Just
Yeah,
Both the
15
towers are
straight
garbage,
minutes
yeah.
of platforming in a game where platforming does not fucking work.
In a game with the stiffest platforming controls known to man.
In a game where sometimes the wall cling that you use to climb up on platforms just decides nope, and you just die. You just die. There's nothing you can do about
I
it.
found it surprisingly reliable. I never really died
wall
because of
climb?
the wall clip.
I'm surprised. I had tons of deaths from the wall climb. Just I don't know. You have to be like perfectly aligned with the wall, or you're just going down.
Really? I didn't have that experience. I even like grabbed the wall when I was like completely like facing backwards from it. Like it just kind of worked for me.
It's also just crazy to me that this game came out in 1999.
Yeah.
You know, another game
Yeah, that's
came
the
out in
real embarrassing
1999.
thing about this game.
Legacy of
What else came out
Darkness.
in 1999? That is true, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what video game came out 2 months before this video game? Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
It
this
did, yeah.
there are about 1 million N64 games that this game followed. This game came out later than a good chunk of incredible Dreamcast games.
Even
Yeah.
like Crash
Not to
Bandicoot.
mention the PlayStation.
Yeah, I was
Crash
like-
was like 3 years before this.
I always thought this game was like an early on title for the system. I
It
was
feels
like
like
shocked.
it.
when
I thought it was like a
saw the
launch
release date.
title.
It
Yeah,
feels
everything
like
about it, like just like the graphics, the controls, everything about it just feels like a launch title, and it's just it actually is not. It is one of the later titles for the system.
yeah, it's bad, man. They're like,
It makes me wonder how it feels that way.
I don't know. This game started
Could've-
development in like at worst, it started development in like early 1997, but potentially like 1996.
Yeah, they worked on it for a long time.
Like
And
at
it's not
least
like-
2 years, probably closer to like 2.5, and it's so flagrantly unfinished.
And it's not like it's not like Konami was washed either. Like the same year they released Hybrid Heaven.
The
Yeah,
same
and freaking Goemon,
Goemon.
And
like,
Goemon.
2 years before it, which is like 100 times better than this fucking game.
Yep.
It's just so interesting.
Also, Goemon started development at the same time, beat it to the punch,
Y-
and is actually finished.
This game, Hybrid Heaven and Goemon, all started at the same time. You can like find the trailers for them, and they're all like the similar looking trailers.
It must have, which is weird because I thought Castlevania was like their fucking thing, but they
You would've
must have just
thought.
not had priority on it.
Well,
I
the
think it's
team
just
is like
trouble,
comprised of
I
a
don't
bunch of weird fucking B team people. I don't know how it ended up
Oh.
like.
They had like some big names on there.
There's a couple, but it's mostly developed by the guys who went on to make Yoshi's Woolly World and Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
Was it supposed to be on the 64 DD, I assume?
I don't know. I don't think so.
As far as
don't
I
think
know,
heard
no.
anything about that.
The crazy thing is that those announcement trailers that had Castlevania, this game, and Hybrid Heaven, Goemon is somehow the least finished looking and came out first and is the most finished.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
the best game of the three.
It's so baffling.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what happened.
It's a very perplexing game.
And you
It
look at like
feels
what's
like-
there, and it's like this took 2 years. It's like a couple levels.
When you play it, it feels like you're playing a fucking like dumped, unreleased Castlevania.
Yeah, it
game.
does not. It does
Yeah.
feel like a weird prototype game.
If
'Cause
someone
it's
just
like the first
uploaded this
few levels, it's
motherfucker
like, yeah,
on
that's
Hidden
fine.
Palace,
Yeah,
you could.
That's what it
convince
feels
people
like
this
when
is
you're
a
playing it. It doesn't-
prototype.
you probably could at this point because I don't think anybody talks about this shit.
It's really bizarre. There's so much like weird like lore behind the game, like the Frankenstein dude that chases you in the fucking
In
the garden or whatever. That's like one of the cut characters. They just put him in there.
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah,
They
because
just
he has
took
like
it
a
model and shoved them in.
collar. 'Cause he had like a chainsaw arm.
I need to play Mystical Ninja Goemon.
You should.
Yes, you
That's a
do.
great game.
Actually, I assume I don't even need a translation for it.
I mean, it came out in English, so you don't need one.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the only one we got, dude.
I guess I assumed that it didn't.
The first and last
No, it's,
Goemon to come to English.
On PC now too. They got a PC port recently.
But we don't get that Goemon fucking weird Switch game.
It doesn't even look that good anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
it
yet
looks
to
pretty
play it, so
mediocre,
maybe it is
but-
good. But I don't know. Doesn't
But
Maybe
at
look
it's
least
still
we're
a
getting a
Switch
good
game.
new Chibi Robo from the actual Chibi Robo people.
Yes, sir. Back now on Kickstarter.
It's not real Chibi Robo.
I mean,
But
it's
it's real
legally
Chibi Robo.
distinct Chibi Robo, but it might as well be real Chibi Robo for how much of a shit Nintendo gives.
Well, I actually liked in their Kickstarter. They said he's an in-universe bootleg Chibi Robo.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I like that.
Remember Chibi Robo photo finder?
I
Yeah,
do
take a
remember.
picture of
I was so
toilet paper,
excited.
please.
I don't know why I was excited, but I was excited.
I was so excited.
Did you
I
have
got
fun
it,
taking pictures
I
of the
did
toilet
too.
paper?
I did.
Yeah, I think there's one where you like take a picture of banana, and I was like, "Yo, I have bananas on the kitchen counter. Oh my god, let's go!" I was so hyped. That was
I guess I-
got a little too into
Yeah,
it.
if you didn't have
Thinking about it now, it's like it's kind of charming.
if you didn't have bananas, you would have had to bring your 3DS into the grocery store and just start taking pictures of people.
Yeah, would have looked like a real fucking Melvin then.
Yeah, going into the fucking grocery store, taking pictures of bananas and shit.
where's the
Like,
toilet
what's this
paper? I
fucking
need to
free
take
I
a
wonder if
picture
that's like
for
the
Chibi
speedrun
Robo.
strat for that game. Just bring your 3DS to the store. Just like do every.
Well, I think that
achievement.
speedrun strategy is probably buying all the items.
Yeah, and then just putting them on a
That's it.
table and just...
Yeah, it's like a fucking Last Supper table and just doing it as quick as possible. Busting
They're all
that shit
perfectly
down.
aligned and lit so that you can just take pictures as fast as possible and just walk down the...
It's crazy how many series just have one good game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Chibi Robo.
Like
Castlevania is one that has a few good games. This isn't one of them.
It does. It's not.
This is not one of them.
but it's an interesting video game.
Yeah, I
It's-
guess it's going back to Castlevania, which is what we should be talking about. Is, they had like, I'm trying to think of, because it was 1999. They had a lot of good shit before this. They had Castlevania 3.
Bro,
They had
Yeah.
Rondo of Blood. I like 4 a lot.
this game came out
Four's good.
after Symphony of the fucking Night.
It did, yeah.
And
Jesus
it's funny,
Christ.
you could go back to like old magazines and people were more excited for this one because it was 3D.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
We don't want that shitty 2D Castlevania. We
Yeah,
want
Symphony
this
of the Night was
3D one.
Sprites. This
Sym-
is 1997,
1997 was a
baby.
good fucking year. 1997 was a good fucking year for games, huh?
It sure was.
Thinking
was.
about it now.
Fantastic.
1999,
But,
a little more
yeah, it's-
questionable with this one in the roster, and its sequel, prequel, remake.
What even came out in 1999 besides the Dreamcast?
Let me look it up.
Uh,
Jamie, let me pull that shit up. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, RE3.
Nice, good
Okay.
choice.
Okay.
Okay, Final Fantasy 8.
Okay, I don't like
Okay,
that
we,
one.
we
But...
lost it a little bit.
We
lost
lost it a good amount. Silent Hill,
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Donkey Kong 64.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Spyro 2.
Spyro 2. Spyro 1 better, honestly.
Third
I've never
Strike,
really cared for Spyro.
Gold and Silver Pokemon.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Classic. Classics.
Chrono Cross. Okay.
I like Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross has a
Smash
lot of
Bros.
funny shit in it. And it has, Chrono Cross has some incredible fucking backgrounds and shit. Like, that game is a...
There's a lot I can say about Chrono Cross.
Visual
There might
design
have to be a
It's
Chrono Cross
essentially just
video.
like a lost Final Fantasy PS1 game.
Pretty much, yeah.
That might
Getting
as well
the
have
true
been Final
ending of that
Fantasy
game is
X.
the funniest shit in the entire world. You have to go through like so many weird fucking impossible tasks to.
I don't know what it is with RPGs and the crackhead secret endings, man.
It's so fucking weird. Pokemon Snap came out in '99, dude.
Yeah.
I like Pokemon.
I mean, that's a better N64
Okay.
game than this one, and more finished.
Yeah,
And then you got the Dreamcast to save humanity at the end of the year.
the Dreamcast really did it. What else? What other fucking console
Was
has
Sega Bass Fishing
Pro
99?
Fishing?
Probably.
Let me check.
I don't know. When did it come out in arcades? The thing.
I don't remember. I know Sega Bass Fishing
It is
was
19.
fairly early based. I have the
Classic.
bespoke ass
Yeah.
fishing controller.
Oh, it's 1997. God damn, 97.
97 was stacked.
It's fucking crazy. Bring us back.
Take me back to when Castlevania 64 came out. Those
Yeah,
were
it's
the
in
days.
99, which also was the release of Sword of the Berserk, Guts' Rage.
I hate
Oh,
that game. It's so
wow.
It's
bad.
so fucking
so
stupid.
cool.
The game sucks.
It's really poop.
I've heard nothing but terrible
Uh,
things.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It has a mechanic where like when you swing your sword, it like bounces off the wall because it's trying to be
You
realistic.
know, it is kind of
But the
similar
entire
to
game
Castlevania
is in
64.
really narrow and cramped hallways, so every time you attack, you just bounce off the wall.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's like a fucking.
Fun.
It's like what they did with like Dark Souls 1 great swords. They like chip off the fucking walls and shit.
Sucks ass.
I feel like they
It's
should.
crazy, but
Game design courses should have Castlevania 64 as like required reading. Because
yeah,
it's
they
just
really should.
it's so interesting to walk around and just marvel at something that's like areas of it are decently well finished and parts are barely started and
Yeah,
it's not
when I played
it's
the
all
first three
nonsense.
levels, when I played the first 3 levels, I actually stopped playing like for the day after that. So I was like feeling pretty good about the game. I was like, "What? People don't
Yeah.
like this game? This is so cool."
Well, that's what I remembered
And then it's
about
all
it.
And then I
downhill
got to
from
the rest
there.
of the levels, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, once you
Because
oh, the castle center, man.
The villa levels like actually like okay, you could like be like okay, yeah, we got to like some exploration, like finding keys for doors and stuff. Like, oh, this is neat.
this game came out the same year as fucking Shenmue.
It sure it sure did. Holy shit.
Yep.
That is crazy. It's
Uh,
just like
and again, a post Ocarina of Time video game that feels like it was made in a
Yeah.
before Ocarina of Time.
If Ocarina
era.
of Time came out and I was a developer on this, I'd be like, we need to put Z targeting in this game. We have to
Yeah, I would
delay
be
it.
shitting.
yeah,
my
I would be
We need
shitting
to
myself.
fucking.
Because
We need to put Z targeting in this motherfucker now.
you can't release a 3D video game after Ocarina of Time that it really set the standard.
Fellas, can we talk about the castle center?
We need to talk about the
Let's talk
fuck.
about the castle.
I played through the
I-
fucking castle center 4 times.
I also did, because if you play Legacy of Dark, okay, let's set this up first. Let's Legacy of Darkness. Okay, so I've always heard like Legacy of Darkness is the same game but better, but I was like, there's no way they just re-release the same game. So to be sure, and there's no info for this game online, by the way.
Yeah,
You really can't find
it's a wasteland.
anything.
Wikipedia has 2 fucking paragraphs about this game because it flopped hard and no one cared.
Yeah, so like I just doing a cursory Google search, I really couldn't get a definitive answer on what was different in Legacy of Darkness. So I played the entire thing, all 4 campaigns,
Same.
again. So I had to do this shitty castle center level, which is entirely just padding. It's the padding level.
Yep. It is the
4
longest
times.
level by far. It takes fucking ages. It's slow and tedious.
So basically, this level is there's these dynamites that you got to pick up called magical nitro, and then you also need to get these things to light the magical nitro. So there's 4 items in total you have to collect, and you cannot jump or get hit
Yeah.
when you're carrying the magical nitro, or else you'll explode and die. So you have to slowly walk down all the way down to the bottom floor of this castle from the top
Yep.
with this magical nitro.
And then you have to
And it's
walk
the
back
only
up
part
to
in the
get the
whole
key
video
to the door.
game. Yeah, it's the only part in the whole video game where you're not allowed to open the door if there's enemies in the room. So you
Yep.
have to kill all the enemies like 80 times.
Because
you
they
have to
keep
go up
respawning.
and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah.
I think you have to make like 6
Uh,
trips up and down because you have to go up to get the nitro, down to put the nitro down,
Yeah.
back up to get the key, and then you have to go back to the bottom to get the whatever, the mandragora.
What were they thinking?
Then
Then
What
you
were
have
they
to go
thinking
back to the
unironically?
top to use the mandragora. Then you have to go back to the bottom. It's asinine.
Oh.
It takes like an hour.
It's the worst.
It is so awful. It is.
It is like most of the
It's
game.
also the only level in Legacy of Darkness they did not redesign in any sort of way.
No, they made it worse because they added more
Yeah,
enemies.
they thought it was perfect.
Yeah, they actually made it worse. Yeah, that's right. They added more enemies. Yeah.
Someone sat down and said this part of the game that sucks ass and takes forever could take slightly longer if we added 15 more enemies on the route you have to cross 6 times.
They also put fucking like Cerberus is at the bottom too, which is like insane. Those enemies are like really hard.
Oh yeah, and like that fucking little blood monster thing that just appears in the original game. It just appears and there's literally one in the game and you hit it and it goes away.
That would
And
That
in
made me
Legacy of
spit out my
Darkness,
drink
there's just a
first
whole
time.
fucking room of those little fuckers.
yeah, in Castlevania 64, you'd like talk to the statue, and it has like this entire elaborate cutscene of like the statue like bleeding from the eyes and the blood like pouring down. You're like, oh, this is cool. What's going on? And then like a blood monster comes out, and you're like, all right. And you swing your whip literally once, and it just disappears without any fanfare. You never see it again.
But what about the fucking motorcycle skeletons?
The motorcycle skeletons are badass.
That's what it's all about.
I like the
Yes,
one
sir.
motorcycle skeleton that has like a machine gun mounted on it for some reason in the maze.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and there's like fucking the maze with fucking chainsaw Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's Collar. He got
Yes.
cut from the game.
Dude,
That's him.
yeah.
Cornell also got
fuck's up
cut
with
from
that?
the game, but they brought him back for Legacy of Darkness. Gave him his own shitty campaign.
It's because again, I don't know why they're cutting
Okay,
things from this game. It feels like everything was already cut from this game.
Did any of us fight the 2 secret bosses?
I
No,
did not.
I
They're
didn't.
impossible
I
to
didn't either.
see.
I tried so hard. You have to spend $30,000 at the store to fight the storekeeper.
Yeah, which is impossible.
It's asinine.
I even grinded for money for like an hour.
You can't do that shit
I
without
think
Game Shark.
in my playthrough
gra-
of the original, I I spent like 18,000 despite I wasn't going very fast. I was not going that fast, and
Yeah.
I spent like 18 grand.
I spent every dime I had on all 6 of my playthroughs, and never once did I.
I feel like they
get it.
give you more money in Legacy of Darkness to try to force it, but it still didn't happen.
Yeah, even then I still I was
can't.
getting mad money as Cornell, and it still didn't happen.
And then to fight Vampire Vincent, who's like the NPC from the castle center, you need to take
The one
16
NPC in the entire
in-game
game.
days.
Yeah, what the
Which-
fuck?
16 in-game days is like 16 hours, and this game is like 3 hours long. You would literally just have to like
Yeah, I don't.
get to the point
Stand
right
still.
before
What
that,
were they
and then just
thinking?
stand still in the corner for 12 hours.
Yeah, or use like the sun and moon cards, but even then you need like 20 of them.
You just have to like keep your N64 on overnight and hope it doesn't melt.
Yeah, I don't understand how
It's
they
so weird.
realistically expected you to find them. And then I thought, so in Legacy of Darkness, actually, there's like more sun and moon doors, right? So I thought they were trying to do a thing where like, they're like trying to make it easier to encounter the secret boss. No,
Yeah.
actually, it
not in
turns
that
out
one.
in Cornell you can't even fight him. Yeah, you can't. He's not even in it.
Yep, he's just not there. Oh
So
god.
God,
it's
what?
just stupid.
Why the fuck did they even think that they should make the castle center? It just doesn't make sense
I
to me.
don't know.
The towers,
it-
the
was
castle
it just because-
center, the fucking... Oh,
It could have
It's
been a
n-
cool
It's
level.
not
if
like
it wasn't
it's not like
entirely
you
padding.
cared about padding because it's a fucking 3-hour game already.
Well, it would have
Sure,
been
it's
a
fine.
1-hour game if they didn't have it. so.
That's true. Yeah, it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes at the castle center.
even the fucking
Ugh.
bosses are in like various states of unfinished. Like the most finished boss is the first one, that big fucking skeleton. And it's got like all these
Yeah.
bespoke
Yeah.
animations, and it's like a real battle, and it'll run away from you and stuff. And then
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
you just hit like the
cinematic
middle
and
bosses, and like death just kind of hovers around doing one attack over and over again until you kill him. And he does like
cool.
4
The boss
damage
is
to
just
you.
2 bone pillars. They just sit there.
And of
It
course,
must have just been that they thought that the game was gonna fucking like. They were assuming they were like, we need to get this game out before the N64 dies. But then-
yeah, I don't know.
Like, why didn't you just start early? I don't understand.
Oh, they did start early. They just
They did,
Took
yeah,
too long.
they did. What were they doing? Dilly dallying around,
were they jerking off?
fucking beating their fucking stroganoff.
And then, for some reason, the final form of Dracula, like in all the other games, there's a final Dracula, and he's just like a fucking demon guy.
Yeah,
And then in this one, he's a Yu-Gi-Oh dragon. It's
he is, yeah.
and
Yeah, you
He is like
showed
a
us the
Yu-Gi-Oh dragon.
card. It looks fucking exactly like him.
it's just a big Yu-Gi-Oh dragon, but it also dies in like 6 hits, and you just have to heal off. Like there's no strategy. You can't dodge any of his attacks. You just spam healing and mash.
Yeah, I
It's
used
so bizarre.
I found a spot where I could just hit him real good. I just hit him a bunch of times and killed him.
Yeah, if you like jump in that ring, like the ring of his tail, most of his attacks can't hit you, and you can just sit there hitting the whip over and over.
When I did the carry playthrough, the camera glitched out on that boss,
Ooh, fun.
so that was fun. and it persisted and like through the final cutscene too. So like the final cutscene was just like completely like offsetting, and, like I was like seeing walls.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I think it's good to mention that this video was originally supposed to be something different with this game, and we were also going to talk about Curse of Darkness, which I believe we should talk about for a little bit. The PS2 game.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
I didn't play Curse of Darkness, but you guys can go ahead.
Yeah. Moon didn't play.
I played it for like an hour and it sucked ass, and I was wondering what crack Holden was smoking.
I think it's kind of based in a weird way.
Isn't it just like a God of War clone?
Making the weapons.
Yeah, it's like the shittiest beat 'em up of all time.
I think the fucking character designs are fun.
You walk through empty, bland hallways that all look the same and just like mash one button.
The music is so good.
So it's God of War.
Terrible.
So it is like God of War. It's not good because it's a good game.
It's not even half as good as God of War, which isn't good to begin with.
But also, like, you get little fucking... You craft weapons like Minecraft. And
okay.
you have your little fucking fairies.
I love craft. I'm the world's biggest crafting fan, as we all know.
It's like, this is fucking awesome. But I don't think it's like genuinely
really
a good
sold
game.
me on it.
I was gonna mention this. Because
it's the worst.
I don't think
the other one was slightly better. They had another one like it before it.
Is there a single like 3D Castlevania game that's actually notable?
No, because they gave up on making them after this one.
They were gonna make another one like this on Dreamcast. There's like an unreleased prototype of it.
No, they did after 64. They released a couple of fucking They released the Lord of Shadows game.
But Lord of Shadows is just like even more of a blatant God of War clone, and like Hideo Kojima.
That game is there's nothing to say about that.
And I think those games are fine, but they're not really notable.
There's nothing to say about them.
This and Legacy of Darkness are the only ones that actually like try to be Castlevania games instead of just vampire-themed God of War games.
Yeah. Should we get into the Curse of Darkness, by the way?
Yeah, we should talk
about
Legacy of Darkness.
4 extra times for fucking nothing. Oh yeah, Legacy of Darkness.
Legacy of Darkness.
They have Curse of Darkness and Legacy of Darkness. Great fucking names, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they probably operated under the assumption that nobody would know or remember Legacy of Darkness. So. And they were probably right.
It is true. I don't think anybody remembers this. I've never heard anyone besides us talk about Legacy of Darkness.
No, it's
in my life.
That's the one people usually play. It's the other one that nobody knows.
Castlevania 64 is the one that people like talk about. 64.
No, it's like the other way around from what I saw. But
really, you see people talk about Legacy of Darkness?
Yeah. Because everyone said, like, if you like look up the game, everyone just says to play Legacy of Darkness because it's like the more complete game.
Yeah, it's
weird, like.
Well, Legacy of Darkness is primarily like a prequel, 2 prequels, but it's also a full remake of a game that came out 10 months before.
It's a prequel and a sequel. Because Henry's takes place after like all of them, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well, the main campaign is Cornell, who's a werewolf. And he can turn into a werewolf Super Saiyan form.
And which the game never tells you.
It doesn't tell you, but once you find out about it, it destroys every boss in 3 hits. It's very funny.
Yeah.
And
he's got 2 new levels.
And they're both fucking awful.
2?
No, he has 3.
One of them is literally just... Oh, right. Yeah, the ship level at the beginning.
Yeah. And the outer wall.
You guys like Henry?
I barely even count the ship level because it's like 2 minutes long. It's like
the
shortest level in the whole game.
It's a fucking tutorial.
You open a door and leave.
Cornell gets to play through all 6 towers, which were already the shittiest part of the game, and has 2 new ones that are
he's like the longest
somehow
campaign.
even worse.
At least he doesn't go to the castle center.
That's the only good thing to say.
I was fully expecting the castle center to be in there.
The art tower is the stupidest waste of time they could have possibly made.
Actual biggest time waster. Such a nothing level. It's literally like 16 time doors, and you just have to like find the right one. So you just go into the menu and use the time card over and over and over again until you find the way out.
Yep, and every enemy
Crazy.
drops them,
And-
so there's no risk of running out, and you're just sitting there watching a
Yeah,
clock
like I don't
go
know
up.
what they meant. It's just actually just a time waster.
And
You
Cornell
could have made it a real level easily by just like putting keys instead, but no.
Cornell does show up again in the based Castlevania Judgment as not a
That's
werewolf,
right.
but just a guy in a werewolf armor.
Yes, he does. He is in
Badass.
the
And
weird
it looks
fucking fighting
Very
game
badass.
for the Wii.
Yeah. I fuck with Castlevania Judgment.
I don't.
Gone but not forgotten.
Well, I
I'm
don't fuck
not
with
playing.
I fuck with everything surrounding it.
I am not gonna play the Wii
I
fighting
don't think I
game.
want to play any more shitty Castlevania games. I think I'm good.
It's fine because there's at least there's a lot of good Castlevania games.
Yeah, not
I,
this
I,
one.
I really started feeling broken the third time I had to go through the castle center.
Yeah,
Once I got
makes
to the
rough.
third playthrough of the Castle Center, I just started laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
You
it.
were just getting manic.
The fucking balls on these people to make me do this
Oh
again."
shit.
If any level deserves
So
to be
anyway,
fucking gutted, like
oh go ahead.
they went through and remade almost every level in this game, usually for the worse. There's a couple that are a little bit better, probably, but like the Forest of Silence,
Yeah.
which is like one of the best levels in the game and one of the most finished, is now just like the super bland,
Yeah,
flat,
they gutted it.
empty, boring area. But then Castle
Yeah,
Center, of
I
all
really
fucking
wanted to
things, are,
play-
like, perfect, no change.
Yeah. I really wanted to play this one because I couldn't find any of the differences documented online, like anywhere. Like you try to look up Castlevania Legacy Darkness
Nobody's
differences,
passionate about this game.
You can't find anything. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to play all 4 campaigns.
Yep.
You should
And
have wrote down all the differences.
It's
I
asinine.
did. Oh, I know them all right here.
All
So
5
basically,
differences.
they redesigned like all the levels
Except
much.
Castle Center.
except Castle Center.
So fucking funny.
So everyone starts off on the ship level that Cornell had
Yep.
for some reason.
It's just like a 2-minute
don't know why.
tutorial.
Yeah, it's just there. And then you go to the Forest of Silence, which they made way worse. I don't know
Yeah,
what they were
the
thinking.
Forest of Silence somehow went from being the second most finished level to probably the most unfinished.
Yeah, they took out like all the atmosphere. There was like these cool mausoleums you could go in and get like some items.
And
I
like
thought it was
lightning
kinda
would strike the trees and they'd fall down in the original, and they took that
yeah.
out. And
neat. And they just took all of that out. They just I don't know what's the point.
Because they
It's
wanted
so
it to be more streamlined, Rob.
I don't think they
streamlined.
changed the tower level after that. I always forget about that level. I
The
don't think they
tower
changed that one
level
either.
in Cornell's campaign, he has sun and moon doors because of fucking course he does, but otherwise it's the same.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the sun and moon door is fucking awesome.
And then the villa's the same.
Yeah, they just
like,
put those all over the place in Legacy of Darkness. I don't
the
know
villa's
why.
the same, but
By
Cornell
the time you
goes
get
through it
to
a
the
different way,
towers,
which
you're
is
already
cool.
delirious.
Yeah, the villa's cool. You go through it like backwards as Cornell, which is like okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
But then it's the same for everyone else.
Yep. And then
Why have 4 playable characters?
They
if they're all
made the
split?
made the chase through the maze a lot harder on Legacy of Darkness. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the stupid dogs that chase you are way faster on Legacy, and they like respawn quicker. It's really obnoxious.
I realized in Castlevania 64 that if you just mash the short sword button anytime they get near you, they just get fucked off, and that's what I did in Legacy of Darkness too, so I actually didn't have that problem.
I just ran away from them because you can actually outrun them in 64, but you can't on Legacy.
I couldn't outrun them on 64 because of my controller's dead zone that made the dual tower take 3 hours. So I had to figure out the short sword thing the hard way. It's the
I
one
was
time
driving to
where
work
it's
and Moon
every-
was like, "Help me!" and he got on fucking Discord and started streaming the game, and he was like screaming at the game.
It took me 3 hours to beat that fucking level until I switched controllers and beat it instantly.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, like it was a little. I like didn't know what the problem he was having. I was like, it was kind of an annoying level, but it wasn't that bad.
No, the final jump was literally impossible because my controller has like a 2% dead zone and you have to be running full tilt to make it.
Yeah.
The other new tower's fucking bad too. The Runes Tower, that thing's just a fucking tedious maze.
Yeah,
too.
that level sucks ass. It just has a bunch of fake platforms that you fall through. Really cool.
Yeah, it sucks.
Dude,
And
I
then
wonder what the fucking
worst
Dreamcast
final boss of all
Castlevania
time.
would have been like.
Probably
Oh
a
yeah,
lot like this.
oh that boss sucks. Who thought fighting a
Castlevania
boss at like
Resurrection.
a 3/4 angle in like a arena you can barely move around in was a good idea? You get like you can only walk on like a single path. Like you can't like go in or out. You can only go left and right, and you're fighting it at like a 3/4 angle, so it's hard to see anything.
Yeah, and Dracula turns into a fucking Final Fantasy boss and just spams screen nukes.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know how to dodge half the shit he even does.
In the Dreamcast one? Or-
There's no Dreamcast one. We're talking,
we're talking about
Legacy.
Legacy.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
there's a different final boss on Legacy.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like
I didn't even finish Legacy.
I don't blame you.
Dracula
That shit was
turns into
fucking-
a Final Fantasy boss and screen nukes your ass while you turn into werewolf mode and kill him in 3 hits. The werewolf
sounds
mode
like
is
an
so
awesome-
broken.
There's
it's very
no
funny.
reason. There's no reason to play Carrier Reinhardt's campaign on Legacy again.
No.
In fact, I would say if anyone out there is going to play these games, this is my ideal playthrough. If you want to see everything it has to offer, I would play both campaigns on the original 64,
Yep.
and then only play Cornell's campaign on Legacy, and Henry if you're feeling sadistic.
Yeah, there's no
By
reason.
that
The
point, you played it
remake
3
is so
times.
much worse than the original, which is wild to say.
Yeah, well, like the level design's different in the original, and then you're just gonna play all the redesigned levels as Cornell.
Yeah,
So
and the
there's no
redesigns
reason to
are
play
like
Carrier
mostly
Reinhardt.
worse.
Yeah, they're mostly not good. So like, you
Henry's
might as well just,
campaign
like-
is really something. It's
yeah,
really
Henry
something.
is interesting.
Henry's
you
a
should have
funny
played Henry's
character.
campaign, Holden.
I like that Henry just has a
Yeah, so
fucking
he gets a
revolver
gun.
and nothing can come
Yeah,
close
very
to you, and
funny.
you just mash the shoot button and everything on
Just
screen
mash-
dies. And he has like supreme aimbot, so like an enemy can be like 3/4 of the way behind you, and he'll just turn his arm back and blast it from behind him. You literally just aimbot through every room.
Henry is single-handedly what makes Legacy of Darkness go from feeling like slightly more finished to actually unironically even more unfinished.
No, yeah, they
You
made the
just
character.
run around all of the old levels. Yeah, you run around all the old levels. All the doors are already open, so you don't have to actually do anything. You
And
just
also,
run
they
through.
take out most
And
of
you're
the
just
enemies.
playing hide and seek. Yeah,
Like
you're just playing hide and seek with kids. That's it. That's the whole game.
for some reason,
Yeah,
all of
take-
the enemies are taken out, or like a majority of them. So they're just like these plain, empty, bizarre. Like,
Yeah, it actually it makes it feel even more like a prototype.
yep.
To go back to the fucking shitty, like, fucking canceled in 2000 Dreamcast Castlevania game that was supposed to come out.
Yeah, that
It's-
like it feels like it was gonna be a sequel to these.
Looking at it, it is. It just looks so much fucking better. Not to like suck the Dreamcast dick again, but like, it just looks so much better in every way. I think it just got canceled just because the Dreamcast was over by then.
I think it got canceled because these games were a fucking flop, and they're like, let's not do that.
Probably that too. Because why the fuck? They definitely had no faith, especially after Symphony of the Night did very well.
No, it did not do well actually.
Did it not?
No,
No,
Symphony
that
of the
game was
Night was a
critically
huge
acclaimed.
flop because, like,
Yeah,
the initial reviews gave it all like 40s and 50s, and they're like, "This is a fucking 2D game. Why would anyone want to play this fucking garbage?" Like a 2D game,
Oh,
it's
wow.
1997. This is the worst game ever fucking made. It's incredible.
yeah.
I just assumed people fucked with it because people fuck with it now.
And I think it had just like a small like following at the time, but no, it didn't sell very well.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's stupid because these games fucking are kind of poop.
yeah.
Castlevania Resurrection looks an uncomfortable amount like these games, which is not a good sign. But it probably
But
it probably
maybe they
would
would
have
have
been a little
learned their
better.
lesson. It looks very nice, like comparatively.
Yeah, I
Just
mean
'cause it's on the
every
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast
It
looks
could have
better
been
than.
alright. I feel like a Castlevania game like these has potential. They just did
Oh,
it
it
very
does.
poorly when they tried.
They've never really tried to do the like translate the Castlevania gameplay into 3D again after these, because these are such disasters.
Yeah. And like as much as I shit on this game, like I kind of like it. I like its ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
me too. I
It's-
definitely
think
could have
with a
seen how it
couple
would have been
tweaks-
great.
With a couple tweaks, this could be like a great game.
If this game was finished, it
Well,
probably would
maybe a
have
bit
been
more
a
than a
great
couple
game.
weeks,
Yeah.
Because like
but it
its biggest
like
problems all
3
come
more
from it
years.
being like blatantly unfinished, but it's a pretty faithful and like decent translation of Castlevania to 3D. And they just never
My
tried
idea
again after
is
these.
just like if they just made like more levels like the villa where you're just looking for like keys and shit to
Yeah.
get around, I think like that would actually like be a pretty compelling game.
Yeah, I think so. Or if it was like all set
But
in one
halfway through it becomes
castle
nothing.
and it was like basically just a 3D
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night, and it was like you explore this big castle and there's keys and doors and you unlock some new powers that get you places, and that'd be fucking
been awesome.
baller. But they gave
We should
up
have played that
F50s.
shit because I think Resurrection's like playable online, like an earlier build.
I don't know how
Yeah, I
far
think
you
they
can get in
finally
it, but
found
a
one.
lot
I
of
don't
it
think
is,
it really works though.
a lot of it's still pretty broken.
I think you got to
from what
use
I
like a
know.
walk through walls cheat like every 2 seconds.
I mean, there must be like one level that works just to see what it would have been like comparatively.
It looks alright. I
Yeah,
think it still looks. I think it's a little less like ambitious than 64 was trying to be, but it looks okay.
right. Well, I mean, it would have been like, I guess it got canceled in 2000. I don't know when it would have started development. Maybe like right after.
Yeah, I don't know.
But either way, I mean that a sequel to Castlevania 64 on the Dreamcast, it just wasn't meant to be.
We were robbed, guys. We were
We were
robbed.
fucking robbed.
Rob Frost. I just want to fucking play Chibi Robo now.
Oh, the
So true.
That's all I've been thinking about.
The Dreamcast one was being designed by Konami USA, which is interesting. I didn't even realize there was a Konami USA.
What?
Okay, it probably would have been terrible then. Never
I'm
mind.
gonna pull up what Konami USA.
I mean, like I recognize that there's like a Konami USA that translates things, but I didn't know that they'd ever attempted to make a game.
They produced games.
They made a baseball game called Bottom of the Ninth,
Okay.
and I think that's the only thing Konami USA ever made, as far as I can tell.
Well, their baseball game was so good. Why shouldn't they work on our flagship IP?
That's like fucking. That's actually just like what fucking Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep was.
Yeah, really.
Let's just let these guys fucking
That's what
do it.
the Mario versus Donkey Kong games are. Those are all made over here.
Dude, I think we were talking about it earlier, like not like earlier, but like months ago. We were talking about the fucking how surreal the Mario versus Donkey Kong games feel,
Yeah.
and like the vibes of like Mario versus Donkey Kong minis.
Yeah, they're really fucking bizarre.
You're never gonna
Because
believe this.
it-
The guy who directed Castlevania Resurrection lives in Belmont, California.
Wow,
No way.
Crazy.
this guy's about it.
He's the biggest Castlevania
He's the most
fan.
dedicated guy.
Yeah, and he fumbled the fucking bag.
Yeah,
He fucked it up.
He could not make his own Castlevania.
Dude, I think the next episode's gonna be the entire Mario versus Donkey Kong
No,
franchise.
please God, no.
I think I'd actually go fucking mental. It's just it's so strange that every once in a while, like remember the fucking
I don't get why the fucking minis took over that franchise, because the first one's just like a fucking puzzle platformer, and then they're like, okay, well
it
now
was
it's
a puzzle
Lemmings.
platformer.
Yeah, but all the ones after the
I
first
like
one
the
are...
first.
I like the first one. I like the Game Boy one.
Yeah, the Game Boy one's
Yeah,
great.
I never had those. I only had the first minis game on DS back in the day, but I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought
after
it was okay.
after
It's
the
so
first
weird
Mario
whenever
vs.
every
Donkey
once in
Kong,
a
they're all
while
just like weird Lemmings clones. I don't get why they...
they give
Well, it's weird they progressively like took more and more control away. Like the
yeah.
first game, the first
Yeah.
minis game, you can actually control the minis like pretty well.
Yep.
And then for whatever reason after that, they were like, no, you can't even like pick which direction they move in anymore.
Miyamoto's vision. Remember fucking they never did this shit again. Remember Cadence of Hyrule? You guys ever
Yeah.
play that on the Switch?
It's weird.
I
I
don't
don't.
was-
care about Crypt of the whatever. So
I do
didn't
not
play it.
know how
Like,
that
I mean,
came
it's-
about, but
It's not like it was bad. I had a good time.
yeah, I mean, it's just
I
more
don't like remember any of it.
It's just more Necrodancer.
I like Necromancer, but it's just crazy that like, why did that happen? Why do they just do that every once in a while?
I don't know. They did it with Hyrule Warriors too. They're like Koei Tecmo. You guys haven't made a game on
gave
one of our
fucking help to the
consoles for
Capcom
9
3
years. Do you want
times.
to make Hyrule Warriors?
I mean, Hyrule Warriors is fucking awesome until
Hyrule
Age of
Warriors
Calamity.
rocks.
Age of Calamity sucks so fucking much.
Age of Poo Poo.
That game runs worse than the original.
It runs worse, it looks worse, it plays worse.
How'd they do it?
How'd they do it?
It just doesn't make sense to me. Zelda. It's time to finally talk about how Zelda's dead.
Zelda is dead.
I think Zelda is
fuck
dead.
is-
Our last episode was Twilight Princess, the greatest Zelda game.
That's
And
true.
Maybe the
Zelda's
greatest
been dead ever
Nintendo
since.
game.
And now Zelda
Possibly.
is...
I did not
is open
Bother
world.
playing Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the
I
Kingdom.
played 4 hours of it.
Why
Oh
didn't-
yeah, no, I did play the tutorial. I was just like, I want to see like what did they make it better.
And I was like,
They
okay, I
turned it
see
into
like this new fucking
Banjo-Kazooie
Sky
nuts
Island
and
tutorial.
bolts.
Yeah,
but-
and it doesn't even fucking work.
This,
During this tutorial, there's a part where they like make you build a raft, and I like fell through the raft like 4 times, even though like it was perfectly made.
the Sky Island
Nuts
part,
and
I didn't
bolts,
even think
baby.
was that bad. I was kind of anticipating it because the Sky Island. I was like,
Oh, I thought
okay,
it was terrible.
This is neat. And then they throw you
Banjo-Kazooie is-
back down on the same fucking world again, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
and
just
then the
Banjo-Kazooie.
Sky Islands that they hyped up so much are just like 1x1 platforms with a treasure chest on them, nothing else. It's boring.
Yeah, but now you
And
can
then the
make
new
nuts
2D
and bolts
Zelda game.
cars. They ripped
That
I
off.
did a
new
couple of the
3D Zelda game.
shrines too,
They ripped
and
off
it was just
bass
it's
Banjo.
obscene how like I actually like soft locked like 3 of the dungeons on accident. I just had to leave and come back because I couldn't do anything.
I wonder what Arlo thinks about the new 2D
Oh,
Zelda game.
Arlo loves it.
We watched the Arlo
Echo-
trailer
Echoes of
reaction for
Wisdom,
that,
it's
and he
called.
started screeching.
Yeah, because Holden's the biggest Arlo fan, and he's been subjected to so much Arlo.
Because he's fucking
Is this a
based.
link?
He's
That
not
part-
based.
Because that puppet fucking gets it.
Yeah.
He has his fucking Year of Nintendo video, which is like the most unbearable shit in the entire world.
Predicting the
next 2 years of Nintendo Switch.
Remember the fucking 2D Breath of the Wild? Like, before Breath of the Wild came out, they had like it's really fucking weird. They showed off like a weird 2D Zelda game that was just Zelda 1. Here, I'll
I think you're
send like pictures.
Yeah, I
of it in
remember
the video.
dreaming of that. I don't remember that at all.
No, they showed that at like GDC. And
Yeah,
were
they
like,
showed- and it was
"Making a
like
Breath of the
this."
Wild.
And it's like we're making Breath of the Wild, but 2D.
No, they didn't say that. That was just like how they prototyped it for some reason.
That's so I don't know what the fuck that was about.
I don't know. That's also when they revealed that it could have been a really good game about Link and like fighting aliens, and like Ganondorf was wearing a Metallica t-shirt and it was badass.
What? I've never seen the Metallica Ganondorf.
Yeah, well, no, let me show you. They were like, yeah, it was gonna be like a aliens game, like set in like a futuristic like Hyrule city, and it was like, oh, that sounds cool.
Oh my god, I'm looking at this right now. This is
Yeah.
fucking-
It actually like it was a cool idea with like soul and theming and a story, and they were like, no, let's just make it a nothing video game. Actually,
I think
That's
Arlo was
crazy.
the only person excited to see the Link's Awakening remake art style come back for the weird Zelda game.
That game
He
looks terrible.
screaming. He was like, "The
Does.
Link's Awakening remake art style's coming
About
back."
the speedrunners. The speedrunners.
I still don't even think
gonna
like
love it, guys.
normal Breath of the Wild is horrible. I definitely think it's nothing that I really want to play again.
I think it sucks.
I think
It's
Tears
okay
of the
to say
Kingdom
it's
is
a bad game.
offensively bad though.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom's even worse.
You
Yeah.
love Banjo
They just took a
nuts
bad
and
game
bolts.
and made it annoying to play.
Why the fuck was Ganondorf wearing a Metallica shirt? That's awesome.
Because it's fucking
Why is
bad.
Link in? Why are they chilling out together? That's dope.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what was going on. This looks like it looked like it would have been a cool game.
I'm looking more into this.
It's what we deserved. Instead, we got poo-poo stinky. Boring.
That is a
open world
Metallica
game.
shirt. Hot damn.
Yeah, you probably have to put up on the screen in the video.
Yeah, I'll edit it in. But
Dude,
yes, sir. Zelda's dead, and we're watching it crumble.
watching it decay. It's been
One of my
dead for some
favorite
time now.
franchises just fucking shot in the back of the head.
The open world curse finally
it's-
reached him.
It's not like an open world Zelda game's even a bad idea if you did it right.
Yeah, they just didn't do it right.
There's
It's
fucking like
literally the most empty open world I've ever seen to date.
fucking Majora's Mask's a better open world game than than this.
Ocarina of Time's empty Hyrule Field is more interesting than the entirety of Breath of the Wild.
At least the music's nice when you're fucking going through
Yeah, it's not fucking playing fucking tiddlywinks on the piano. every
there.
day.
Like 3 chords. God fucking damn it.
Yeah, what's your guys' favorite Breath of the Wild song? Mine's
I like the 4.5
Mine's when it
minutes of
goes-
silence.
It makes me feel like I'm in Insano World when people
It's-
say that like Tears of the Kingdom's the best game to come out in years.
I don't. I already don't even like new video games, but it's so sad to me to see
It is
that
a good one every
Nintendo's
once in a while.
followed by the wayside.
You can't say that shit like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth isn't fucking.
Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are not
But
only the good modern day video games I've ever played, but some of the best video games of all time.
Yeah,
You
now,
saved the West.
now we just have to wait
It-
6 years for the next
Which
one.
just even makes me more upset because it's like, okay, so you guys can make good video games, you're just choosing not to.
Yeah, it's crazy that they also released Final Fantasy 16, but everyone's. I mean, hey, Nabunga never lost it. Well, he
Whatever
did.
you say,
but-
pal.
That guy. Hey, he, you know, say what you want, but he has passion.
I don't know. I feel like the only new games I play is like Yakuza, and even then, I don't.
That's not even Yakuza anymore, though.
Yeah, they made it a shitty turn-based RPG that I don't want to play.
Yeah.
I like turn-based RPGs. They're just not good ones, and that's not what I want from the franchise.
Okay. I mean, everyone's. I mean, say what you want about it because it's so popular now.
We
but,
have to
like,
subsist
fucking,
off of the crumbs of judgment from now on,
But like
of
playing
which
the,
they make one every
DLC for
5
Elden
years.
Yeah, really.
The DLC for Elden Ring was really good open world. Made me think about the entire time I was thinking about fucking Tears of the Kingdom and how people think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can never get into the Souls games.
I mean, they're great.
I
It's
haven't
just-
played Erd
I-
Tree
it,
yet,
it took
but
me a long time to as well. I liked it a lot. That was great.
I
It's
played Demon Souls, and I was like, I'm good on that.
Demon Souls is a fucking is a mess. That game is a fucking problem.
yeah.
Dark Souls 1 is also like the first half of it's fucking awesome. It's like Castlevania 64. The first half is fucking awesome, and then the second half. It's
What
just-
a ringing
so bad.
endorsement.
I know.
It's like
Yeah.
Castlevania 64.
Well, at the end of the day, yeah, it's not particularly a recommendation, but Dark Souls 3 is fucking awesome. That game's just dope the whole way through. And Bloodborne's great, but that's fucking exclusive to PS4.
Bloodborne is pretty
Yeah, I don't know.
sick.
I love Bloodborne.
I just can't handle the new games anymore, bros. It's over for me.
So, yeah, there's still a lot of old games that you haven't played
Exactly,
yet.
man. I'm playing Grandia for the Sega Saturn right now, having the time of my life.
Bomberman Hero for
Dude,
the
I'm playing Battle Network
N64.
5 again.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's next week, by the way. We're doing Bomberman Hero.
Yeah,
Here's a little sneak preview.
with our friend
I fucking
Bela.
hated it.
Wait, you played it already?
Yeah, I finished it in like one sitting.
I 100%ed
I
it
forgot
last
we were even
night. I'm
doing that.
done.
Dude, I played.
Uh,
I'm gonna play it again. I played that game fucking years ago. I don't know why we're doing a video.
I
I
that's what
100%ed
Bela
it.
wants.
I 100%ed it. I did it. Although I
Let's
played the
save it for
Japanese
pod, save it
version,
for
which
the pod.
is easier, but that's for next
What?
week, and we'll have Bela here next week. That'll
Yeah.
be a treat.
Uh,
It's
Get the
okay. We
boys
can
back
talk
together.
about some other
quiet
Bomberman
streak.
games. You know, like
I guess.
Bomberman and Super Bomberman. All the Bombermans are the same game except for like 2 of them, but you know.
Yeah,
What about Bomberman R? Bomberman R2.
Bomberman.
Super Bomberman.
Well, it's like the weird
also
anime
same
one.
game.
The one with
Jetters.
the anime girls where the clothes come off.
Oh, that's like a
Anime
mobile
girls?
one. I don't remember what that one's called.
No, it's like an arcade game in Japan. I don't. It's
They
like,
ported
it's
it
like
to
anime
mobile,
girls and
too.
their
It's called-
clothes come off.
I think it's just called Bomber Gals, but yeah, there is a
maybe.
sexy
I don't know.
Bomberman reboot in arcades and
That
on
exists.
phones.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. This is fucking something else.
Sure is.
There's a lot of bomber gals. Okay, that's not official. They got their boobs out.
You'd be surprised.
I guess I would. Oh, okay. I found bomber gals. That's crazy. What is up with this shit?
I don't know. Why does Bomberman exist? Why does he have so many games?
That's also Konami, isn't it?
How was there like a Bomberman game like every year for a while?
You guys played fucking Konami Crazy Racers on the GBA?
That game kicks ass.
No,
Yeah,
but I
it's
have
fucking
played
It's got
I have played Dream Mix TV World Fighters.
Hell yeah, brother.
yeah.
Quite the Smash clone. With all my favorite
Konami
characters, Castlevania, Megatron, Simon Belmont, Megatron.
That game also has the fucking
Baseball
Moyai in it.
Kid, the Moai
some
Head, Barbie.
It's got fucking. I know it's got Adventure Island
Yeah, it's got
Hell yeah,
it's got
brother.
fucking,
and Transformers.
it's got Megatron and Optimus Prime.
I don't understand where that came from.
It's a crossover fighting
And Solid
game.
Snake. What a fucking weird name.
It's awesome.
It's a crossover
awesome.
fighting game between Konami, Takara Tomy, and someone else.
Yeah, it's got Castlevania Chronicles Belmont, the based red hair one.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking game, man.
Classics.
Now I want to play that shit.
It's pretty bad.
It's like the weird fucking hearts. It's badass.
It's like it's a Smash Bros clone, but you're only allowed to play Coin Battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is exclusively fucking coin battle.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense to me.
Smash
When
clones
they
are
bringing
such a
back
weird
Cartoon
breed.
Network Lunchtime Explosion.
That game is
Yeah, dude, the
the
other day we were
funniest
playing,
game I've ever played.
We were playing Cartoon Network fucking Brawl Star.
My friend
Oh yeah, brother.
in high school, my friend pre-ordered fucking Punch Time Explosion XL, and he was so fucking excited. And I went to his house with him. To
I
play
was
it.
too.
I was too, because it was
And
Smash Bros. On the 3DS.
It is the worst.
Yeah, I got it
fucking
on
game.
3DS.
Oh, he pre-ordered XL on the Xbox 360,
Wii.
and we played it first
Oh.
day, and holy shit, it is. I don't even know what to say about it.
You can play as Dark Flapjack.
I like that Toilinator is
Dark
overpowered. Toilinator's the strongest fucking
Toilinator?
character. Yeah. His final smash, or like you have to kill people with the final smash, like the fucking Sony Smash clone. And his final smash is just a tornado you can steer across the stage that insta kills everyone. And it lasts for so long that you can insta kill everyone twice before it runs out. He's literally unstoppable.
But they got Captain Planet and Kevin Levin.
I was so hyped for Cat and Planet in that game.
impossible to unlock Captain
You
Planet.
have to play like 100 matches to unlock them. So I just like kept like doing like 1 life matches and walking off the stage.
They've got 2 Ben 10 reps. They got more than they got like 4 Ben 10 reps, and 2 of them are Ben 10.
Yeah, it has the most wonk ass
Fucking awesome.
roster.
It does. There's a lot of like I guess it came out before, like there's just it is weird because
They
there could have been
excluded
so much
fucking-
more.
They excluded fucking Courage.
Like, where's Scooby Doo?
Courage.
How did they
Scooby.
not have Ed and Ed?
No Ed and Eddie, no Scooby.
All 3
Courage.
Powerpuff Girls get to be on the roster. There's 4 fucking Ben 10 characters. There's fucking goddamn Hostile
No
Gato.
Johnny Test.
But there's not a single fucking no Courage, no Scooby Doo, no goddamn. I don't know, man. It's
Where's
a
the
weird
Flintstones?
roster.
Yeah, there's not even like, yeah, there's fucking, there's the 3 Powerpuff Girls and Mojo Jojo.
There's
fucking crazy.
Only one of the 5 kids
4
next
Powerpuff-
door made the cut, but there's 4 Ben 10
Yeah,
characters.
what the hell?
Why? There's also like no Teen Titans either. I guess maybe there's like a rule against that.
Yeah, they
possibly,
probably
but-
couldn't have gotten them, but
And now there's
But like
still,
at the very least, like fucking Beast Boy.
and now there's fucking Multiverses, which has an equally schizophrenic roster. Thanks, Warner Brothers.
Dude, you know the fucking plan with multiverses? Like how it's gonna be the worst fucking game in the world?
Yep.
Because it's a fighting game. But the plan is for a year, they're gonna be releasing 1 new character every 2 weeks.
what the fuck?
Boy, that
Imagine a fighting game
that
that has
sounds
to have a balance change between new characters to
a meta
because
shift
already when
twice a
you release
month.
a new character. A meta shift 2 times a month. How the fuck are they gonna make this game playable?
The roster on
Uh,
this game is incredible, though. I think every single pick is somehow even more asinine than the last.
Let me look at
Gizmo from the
multiverses
fucking
roster right now.
Gremlins is playable. Banana Guard from Adventure Time.
Banana Guard.
The Iron Giants.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
James.
Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
The fucking exclusive character Rain Dog.
Yeah, that's an OC character
Arya
right there.
Stark. Black Adam. from
Stripe
fucking,
from Gremlins. Both Gizmo and Stripe from Gremlins. 2 Gremlins reps.
Wow.
How do you get
Uh,
2 Gremlins reps?
Everyone wanted gremlins in this fighting game, and it's just how it is. It's just the reality of the situation.
2 fucking
Gotta
Gremlins
get
reps is
Beetlejuice
crazy.
from Beetlejuice in there.
Of course.
LeBron fucking James, man.
It's a real guy.
It's just a guy.
Guys, I got Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 was on sale yesterday.
Yep.
I bought it. It's in our Steam family.
Based.
I gotta hop on that shit because nobody plays that shit anymore. But as far as I'm aware, that shit was based.
Dude, it was funny as
It's
fuck
fine.
day one. At least the first game.
I played the
I got the
first
first
game a bit.
day one for some
I
reason.
haven't played the
The
second game.
meme.
The first one's fine. It's
The first one was so funny day one. It was completely broken.
Yeah, day 1 it was nothing. All-Star Brawl 2. Let me look at that roster.
the roster for those
Yeah, I
games
don't
are
know who's in
insane
it.
too. Hugh Neutron made it on the
It
fucking
was
roster before
$2.99.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
It was
that's so funny.
$2.99 and I bought it.
And then Hugh got
Okay.
cut in the next game.
What the hell? How do they not have Jimmy?
They skipped Jimmy.
How do they not have
put
Jimmy?
fucking Hugh in?
Where is Timmy Turner?
They don't want to
Yeah,
put
there's no
Timmy
fucking
Turner in
Timmy.
anything anymore because Butch Hartman's a fucking weirdo.
Doesn't stop them from airing the show 800 times a day.
They put
Nick All-Star Brawl 2 only has Raphael and Donatello,
The-
but instead of but also April O'Neil and Rocksteady.
Somehow El Tigre made it
That-
onto the roster of All Stars Brawl 2, even though El
What
Tigre
the
literally
fuck?
ran for
That's fucking
6
dope.
months.
I'm like the only person who remembers.
El
this.
Tigre
I watched El
literally
Tigre.
ran for a fucking 6 months, and somehow he made it in.
Yeah, and then they shoved it on Nicktoons.
I remember I fucking ate a glow stick. And
Oh, yo.
My mom tried to bring me to. My mom needed to bring me to a hospital, and while she was calling the fucking doctor, I was watching LT.
What the fuck?
Oh, yo, they got Grandma. They got Grandma Gertie on the roster. It's
Dude,
Arnold's
got-
grandma.
They've got 5 Avatar: The Last Airbender reps.
Of course.
Yeah, they got to
I
sell
like
the
Avatar,
Netflix
but
show.
fuck. The new horrible live action.
Yo,
Why'd they try again?
Nigel
Why-
from the Wild
Why do live
Thornberrys.
action adaptations keep happening? Like nobody likes them, right?
I'm
Because there's a bunch of
I'm
people
trying
who
to think of like
there's like a
villain.
bunch of stupid people and old people who see a poster and say, "That's a name I recognize. It must be good," and then they go.
I guess maybe it's just like everyone hate watching them. How do they keep happening?
Like, is there a? I'm trying to think if there's a good one, like a
No,
really good live action adaptation
no.
that's happened once. The only thing that's coming to
Everyone
mind
should
is,
have
like-
learned their lesson after fucking Dragon Ball.
Oh God.
Okay, but that shit's based.
Dragon
I
Ball.
don't- like what happened? Like
I would much rather watch Dragon Ball fucking Evolution than watch like the live action Cowboy Bebop.
The live action
Absolutely.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
that.
Live
guys
action
excited?
Five
Have you watched
Nights
that
at
movie? That
Nights
shit's fucking
I
dope.
saw it in theaters.
are you guys excited
Not
for
only
5 lap?
no,
Me
Freddy's?
too.
hold on. Not only is Five Nights at Freddy's horribly boring, but I went to see it in theaters opening night in a packed theater of screaming retards, but I got sat next to the worst person in the theater. She was probably 600 pounds and she was like 5 feet tall. She was fucking gigantic. And she was sat next to her slightly smaller friend, but she chose to sit next to me. And every time there was a lore character mentioned, she'd start crying and clapping. And when MatPat came on screen, she
What?
literally started crying. She was weeping when MatPat appeared. But halfway through the movie, before the credits even started, she ate through 4 boxes of cookie dough bites. And then halfway through the movie, she fell asleep and started drooling on herself. And her diabetes detector started loudly beeping in the theater. And she wouldn't wake up. So I'm watching this boring movie. My brother fell asleep and started loudly snoring on one side of me. And on the other side, this fucking ham planet's drooling on herself, covered in boxes of cookie dough bites. And every 10 seconds, her diabetes detector goes beep, beep. And then every minute, it's like blood sugar low, beep, beep.
Holy
beep.
Christ.
And then
Holy
MatPat
shit.
appeared, and she started crying, like weeping and screaming. It was the experience of a
I would
lifetime
love-
at FNAF.
There.
That's
It's
fucking
crazy
badass.
because only like 2 of those nights are important to the movie, and it has to be Five Nights at Freddy's because it's Five Nights at Freddy's. So they just have 3 like filler nights
Yeah.
that are just
Well, it's like a
that's just
fucking
basically like he falls asleep and has the same dream.
it's a fucking
It's
lore
so
movie
bad.
about the fucking nameless, faceless character from the first movie. It's like, oh, he has 6 sisters. Isn't that fucking sad? Like, no, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's the silent main character.
I
of
want to
the
see a
fucking
horror
first
movie, but the whole
The
thing
first
is about how
movie.
much he loves Freddy and how all the robots are nice guys, and then Shaggy gets blown up.
Yeah,
And there's no blood or gore because
It
they had
is
to make it
Shaggy.
PG-13 for game theory kids.
well, it's gonna get a sequel, so
Yeah, that'll also be
You
a
gonna watch FNAF
PG-13 lore movie for game theory kids.
Listen, I'm so hyped for 5 laps at Freddy's, the new racing game
Dude,
set in
okay.
the Five Nights universe.
that's what I'm fucking talking
There's no
about.
way that's real.
It's,
posted it last night.
There's
Did you
no
not see it?
fucking
I
way.
don't think it's official. I don't think it's
It's
official.
called 5
but-
laps at Freddy's.
I don't think it's official, but
Wait.
it's
It
vague.
is official.
I
It
need
is
to see
real.
this. I
It's
need
real.
to see this.
Yeah, I'll post it again. Here. There you go.
What the
5 laps at
fuck?
Freddy's.
What the
It-
fuck?
It looks fucking awesome.
It looks like
Oh,
Garfield
it's on
Kart.
Steam.
It looks like
Oh, is it out? Is it already
No,
out?
no, it's coming out 2025.
It looks like fucking
shit.
Garfield Kart, like almost exactly
Yeah,
like
it
fucking
looks worse than
Garfield
It's
Garfield.
Kart.
just not the. No, we're gonna be playing this day one.
This is
Oh my
insane.
god.
This is asinine.
This will be the first Five Nights at Freddy's game I play.
Yeah, it'll be my first too. Oh, the Steam page has videos. It looks like ass. It looks like
Looks
We're
awesome.
playing this
fucking
shit.
terrible. It looks worse.
Yeah, we
than,
gotta
like,
do the
Nick
Five
Kart
Nights
races
at
and
Freddy's
shit.
Ultra Boys.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. You guys excited for the Minecraft movie?
No.
No.
You seen did I send you guys the images of it?
Oh, we've all seen
Really? Oh, you didn't see
Jack Black in a blue T-shirt with
Everyone's
the
seen-
ugly CGI pig.
it? Yeah.
Couldn't even trim his beard.
It might end up being the worst movie ever made.
I don't think it'll come out.
I hope not.
It has to.
I think it's
I mean,
already
Minecraft,
filmed
they
though,
have
unfortunately,
instant
so they'll probably squeak it
90%
out.
of these Minecraft, 90% of these video game movies don't ever come out. I don't think it'll ever come out.
Yeah, but this one's already filmed. They're stuck with it. They either have to
Is it?
cancel it and fucking yeah, it's supposed to come out in like fucking June of next
Is
year.
there like,
It's like
a
How isn't there a trailer then?
because the whole movie's just going to
I
be
think
Jack
they had a
Black
good
running
movie.
around CGI, and they have to finish the CGI, which is going to take 6 months. I
you
think
guys
it's
wanna
all
watch
filmed.
live action Phoenix Wright?
I've seen that
Live
one. It's
action
pretty
what?
good, actually.
Live action Phoenix Wright.
I don't know.
It's
I already
directed by
watched. I think I watched the.
Takashi Miike, who makes really goofy, fun movies. I like that one a lot. He's made a bunch of other video game movies too, and a fucking live-action JoJo movie.
I don't. It's fucking horrible.
The only
fucking-
good video game movie I've ever seen is the Yakuza movie.
I've never seen
I
that.
think he also
pretty fun.
directed
Dude,
that one,
I-
actually.
I
Maybe.
forgot about the fucking live action JoJo movie. That was a real bad thing.
The live action Yakuza is like a real movie somehow.
Yep, that one was also directed by Takashi Miike.
Nice.
Is this all this guy does?
Yeah, he just makes weird live action. He used to make real movies back in like the 90s, but then he just became the live action video game movie guy. He made the Yakuza ones, he made the fucking Ace Attorney one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess after you do it like 2 times and you find success in it, it becomes your thing. I'm just looking through his fucking discography now. Yakuza Apocalypse? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, they've made like a dozen live action Yakuza movies over there that nobody knows about. They're just like
Yeah.
obscure.
I
as
haven't
fuck
seen any of
here.
the other ones, but the first one's like actually really solid.
Dead or Alive 2 Birds.
Yep, he did do the Dead or Alive
Birds?
movie.
Birds. Fucking awesome. That came out in 2000. We're gonna watch that.
That's crazy.
We're gonna do Ultra Boys movies. I'm gonna watch that.
He did
I'd be
2
down.
Dead or Alive movies. He did the one with the funny name, and he did the first
Yeah.
one.
Yakuza. Ooh. What the fuck? Okay. And he plays a role in No More Heroes 2 and 3. Apparently,
Huh?
he plays himself.
What the?
He
Base?
just shows up he shows up as himself in those games.
What's going on?
Has anybody in the world played No More Heroes 3?
Nope, not really.
I've only played a little bit of the first one and I didn't like it, so I didn't
I like the first
finish
one.
it.
I think
It's the only one I
there's
played,
stuff to like in the first one. Like, I think the story and characters are cool, but the first
Yeah, it
one's
has
like
okay
a
things
glorified
about it.
mini-game collection, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And the second one's more of a real game. It's significantly better.
though. I should probably play the second one.
And nobody, I think 3 kind of just happened and everyone forgot.
Yeah, and there was like
It
the
looks so ugly.
game too.
Are those games on PC now? Yeah, they are.
I think
guess
the
they have
first
been.
one is.
I'm not playing 3 though.
Why not?
I
Nintendo
mean,
Switch Classic.
I guess I will. Apparently, it crashes constantly on PC. Okay,
Of course.
fucking
Yeah, that sounds
go.
about right for a Japanese game.
Japanese games always having the worst PC ports known to mankind.
Japanese people don't use
By
computers somehow.
Dude, No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again. Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Forgot about that shit. Weird ass minigame collection.
I mean, the first game was a weird ass minigame collection too, so it fits.
Why the fuck are we doing Bomberman?
It's because Bela wanted it.
Why do you want that?
I don't know.
He can have anything he
It
wants.
sucks. It's like not a good game.
I wonder if he's excited for it.
No, he's hyped as hell.
I
He
mean,
said it was his favorite
one of
game
these
of all
days
time.
Did it?
No.
no, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Jesus
I
Christ!
was about to go yell at him.
It's. We need to play a good game again. It's so hard talking about bad games.
Yeah, well, we got a little bit of a ways to wait.
It's okay. We'll find one.
The Sonic
We'll play
Adventure
Sonic
episode
soon.
I could do a Sonic episode forever. There's also a Sonic
Ow.
game, much like Legacy of Darkness, where he plays as a werewolf.
Yeah, there is.
Oh god.
When's the Sonic Unleashed episode?
What do you want me to say? It's 1/10 of a good game and
I-
9/10 of the werehog.
I don't think it's any tenth of a good game. It's fucking shit. That game sucks.
I think it's pretty fucking.
Everyone's always like, the daytime stages are good. No, they're not.
I like how all the
No, they're not.
I like
did
how all
that.
the human characters in that game look like Xbox Live avatars. So fucking
They do.
ugly.
I don't know why people think that
It's
the
so
human characters
fucking
in that
ugly.
game look good.
They're like disgusting
It's,
Xbox Live avatars, and they're like, "Would you like to eat a pickle with me, Sonic? You are in Africa."
Yeah, what the fuck?
The fucking 06 humans look better.
Yeah, the 06 humans just look like Final
look
Fantasy characters. They look fine.
Stick to the fucking Sonic X humans. It's just actual anime people.
Do you think we'll ever get a Sonic Adventure game?
We already got
I
one.
think
It's
one of
called
these
Sonic
days,
06. But no. The
I
boost
think
games
one
are
of these
just
days
easier.
they're just gonna realize that's what.
I think the guy making them now is saying on Twitter that he wants to make a not boost game next
He
time.
was, yeah. He said that he's done with Boost.
I mean, if that
I want
happens, I'll
So,
be
I
super
fucking
fucking
hope
happy.
so. I'll believe it when I see it.
But
His main idea was that he wants to refine more on what Frontiers.
We've had
wants
Boost
to
Sonic
do.
for actually almost 20 years now.
yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah, man.
easier to make. Boost levels are way easier to make than adventure levels, and they can just pad it out with mediocre 2D levels. It's what they've been doing for a decade, more than a decade,
It's insane.
15 fucking years.
I can see them doing adventure again, especially
I
since
hope so.
Sonic fans
I
are so
wish.
fucking loud about it.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I thought Frontiers was alright.
I did too. People do not like that game.
Yeah, which is surprising to me. It's better than.
Except people in Japan really like that game.
it
It was insanely.
was the best
successful.
Sonic game in years.
Yeah, which is funny because Sonic games have never sold well in Japan, and it fucking
Yeah.
numbers there.
It's cool that they added a momentum slider in the patch. That's fun.
People complain about that shit too. I don't understand. Doesn't make
The-
sense to me.
The final story DLC was not very good though.
No,
The other characters were not fun to play as.
That shit was bizarre. That was worse than Sonic 06.
it was the final DLC pack. It's so weird.
That was like so unbelievably bad. I couldn't believe what I was
the
playing.
final. I don't know if you beat the final boss.
I didn't. I unlocked like each of the characters, and I was like, oh my
The
god.
final
I hate
boss is
this.
genuinely too hard. Like it's actually too hard.
That's insane.
It's fucking crazy. But I like Frontiers. I don't know why. I don't know why people dislike it so much. I feel like it's
It's not like amazing or anything, but
no,
like
no.
it's a solid foundation to make another one.
It makes me anticipate what they can do next.
Yeah.
I think probably the worst part about
Because-
Frontiers is when you're forced into like shitty 30-second long boost levels, because of course you are.
Oh yeah, I mean they're at the end
Fine.
they're not like too long anyway.
No, I mean
It's like 30
they don't last
seconds.
very
I
long,
like that
but
they gave
the game
each
would
one,
probably
like,
be better if they just weren't there.
I like that they gave each one like a set of challenges to complete.
And also, you don't even
fair.
need to. You don't need to do them. You can just go
Yeah.
fishing instead, which the fishing's awesome.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's
No,
based.
no, it's
like
not.
It's just a
I like
shitty
the-
quick time event.
It was cute. It was cute, but yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Cute.
Now,
It's comfy.
if it
You
played
don't even
like
have to like grind. You just get each fish.
if it
every
played
time.
like big fishing or like Sega Bass fishing,
Which
That would
people
be
also
cute.
hate.
then it would
for
go
some reason.
fucking insane.
I never understood why people dislike big fishing.
It's comfy,
Big
man.
fishing's awesome.
It's like
But
only
that's
20
for
minutes.
a couple episodes from now.
Fucking Aaron from Game Grumps can't do it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do Sonic Adventure after Bomberman.
There's
We,
so
we
much
need a good game to break up the poo-poo ones.
Sonic Adventure and SA2.
Be awesome.
Sonic Adventure 2 is like one of the most hours I've ever put into a game.
It's a great game.
Just in the Chow Garden alone. We got a fucking ready up
Classic.
Chow.
Oh, I've got a chow. I'm gonna do a chow. I got my VMU with a rechargeable battery.
Oh, good shit. But you can do some real Dreamcast gameplay.
Absolutely.
Good shit.
My Dreamcast is my only console that I keep on my desk.
I just have my GameCube.
My GameCube's up here too, but it's not hooked up. The Dreamcast is hooked up.
My based Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness GameCube.
Oh, that's fucking badass. I always wanted that.
Yeah. It's I miss the days of the GameCube exclusive consoles that are basically just the jewel on the top is different.
Yeah,
It's sick, man. It's badass.
you can have Shadow
badass.
Lugia on your GameCube jewel.
Yeah, man, I do. I do.
My dad's friend had like a Heineken GameCube, and I found out later that's like extremely fucking rare.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, like
I
the
didn't-
beer, like the Heineken beer.
Yeah, I didn't
and it
know that
had,
was-
like the
Thing.
I want to get the
Put a jewel on it
Marlboro.
with the logo.
I want to get the Marlboro Game Gear, the fucking cigarette Game Gear from the
Yeah,
cigarette
yeah,
catalog,
the
the
Marlboro Game
cigarette
Gear.
cigarette reward catalog Game Gear.
Yep.
Fucking insane.
Dude,
so
that's
base.
fucking awesome.
Smoke 100 packs of cigarettes, get a red Game Gear.
Yeah, it's an Atari Lynx. Crazy. There's not even anything to play on that shit.
Atari Lynx had like impressive graphics for the time.
It did. It just didn't have
Kind of
games.
surprised it flopped.
Like what? Like what's a fucking Atari Lynx game?
I don't know. Chips Challenge.
Here's a fucking Lynx game, Mrs. Pac-Man.
Why'd you
Yeah.
call it Mrs. Pac-Man like a fucking psycho?
Miss Pac-Man.
They're not married. They have a kid out of wedlock.
We call me a fucking psycho. It's fine, dude.
Nobody's ever said Mrs. Pac-Man.
Really? No.
No.
I
Yeah, it's
fucking-
Miss
All my
Pac-Man.
life
They're
I've
not
been
married.
saying Mrs. Pac-Man.
What do you?
They're not
it's
married.
Miss
They have
Pac.
Pac-Man Jr.
Why-
out of wedlock. He's a little
Hey, have you
bastard.
actually been calling it Mrs. Pac-Man
Who
this whole
fucking
time?
cares what I do? Wait,
I'm
why
just-
is it... Also, they gotta be married.
No, Pac Boy.
What do you mean they're not
fucking
married? They have a
bastard.
fucking kid. Why is she Miss Pac-Man then?
I don't know.
Pac Boy's a fucking bastard.
I thought she was the
Pac Kid, he's a little fucking
bastard
bastard.
Pac-Boy, and they have a fucking dog. What's up with the Pac-Man dog? Chomp chomp.
Chomp.
What is that? That fucking beast.
He's awesome.
Did they give birth to him too? How did Miss Pac-Man's pussy fucking handle Pac Kid?
I don't
Hold
know,
his head.
I don't know. How do the Pac people, do it?
I mean, I'm sure you could go
Clearly
online to
there's
find out.
I'm gonna look up Pac-Man porn right now and just and read
I'm
off.
typing
the-
it in right
Yeah, just
now.
put
I'm
some
gonna do it
pictures on
live
screen
on
right
air.
here.
Pac-Man Rule 34.
Okay, well,
I don't know what I'm gonna find. I'm a little
okay,
scared.
yeah, he's just got a giant penis now.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
So he's
Pac-Man's got some
he's a
titties.
grower, not a shower.
Yeah, it like
Okay,
thins,
so
you know how he has,
I'm gonna
like,
post
those
this in the
weird-
chat. This is what I'm seeing. I'm taking this as the canon depiction. Here we go.
Ew, fuck. You can't post that at all.
Why not?
But I think it's like, you know how he has those weird like arm like sockets when he's
Yeah.
like he has one of those sockets and a penis comes out of it.
Oh god.
Pac-Man's got some big old balls. Holy shit. He's like 50%
You know what we need to play
testicle.
next? Actually, we need to play Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures
No.
on the Wii U.
Absolutely
God.
not.
And the sequel that it somehow got.
It had a sequel?
Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2.
It had a
Yeah.
fucking sequel? I never knew that.
There's two of those. There's somehow two of those.
And there's a 3DS versions as well. I mean, they've got to be good, right?
Yeah, if it's sold enough to get a sequel, it must not be that bad.
Yeah, it's like it's me wondering how there's like fucking 12 Yokai Watch games. I never understood that.
When are we playing Yokai Watch Just Dance for Wii U?
What?
What?
Yeah, that's real.
What? Wait,
They have a Yokai Watch Just Dance
It
edition.
is. It is real.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
it only came out in Japan.
What the fuck? Why?
Why?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Who was this? Who's this for?
It's for Yokai Watch fans, clearly.
Yeah, Yokai Watch and Just Dance fans, all three of them.
Where's the overlap?
There might not even be three of them.
What songs are in Yokai Watch to fucking dance to?
I like the
They got the one
screenshots of
that's
this
all like,
game where
"Watch
it's
Imananji."
I like the screenshots of this game where it's got like the realistic whited out Just Dance people next to like the fucking fat goofy.
Yeah, the fucking Jibanyan or whatever the fuck their names are. This is awesome.
Yeah, when
We're, I think we're playing that.
we're.
That's gonna be the next Ultraboys episode.
No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
That was supposed to be the Pokemon killer.
Ugh.
Remember when that shit was coming out and everyone was like, "This is gonna be the Pokemon."
It was
killer?
better than the 3DS Pokemon games
Yeah,
at the very
Pokemon
least.
got
Yeah, but
Pokemon
that's
got
such a
so
low bar.
fucking scared of Yokai Watch that they committed suicide. It was
This
the
is so funny
Pokemon
because-
killer, but not directly. They just turned
Yeah.
Sun
No,
and Moon into a
I
bad
mean-
Yokai Watch knockoff and ruined
I don't like anything Pokemon Gen 5 and up, so to me, like, Yokai Watch was, like, much better than those games.
I don't even think Gen 5, like, I don't like Black and White 1, but I like Black and White 2.
I don't like either one. That's when
I
they
think-
started getting out of hand.
I think X and Y are not very good, and Sun and Moon are the worst Pokemon
The
games.
second Pokemon decided to take a focus on the story, it was over.
Sun and Moon are the worst Pokemon games. I think they're even worse than the Switch ones.
Yeah, Sun and Moon are fucking
Yeah, and I
dreadful.
somehow played those twice.
Yeah, and they have fucking Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I haven't played most of the new any Pokemon games that, like after I didn't play X and Y, I didn't play Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and I didn't play the Switch games.
You know the
But
one
for some
change in...
fucking reason, I did play Sun and Moon 2 times because my friend was like, "Let's get into competitive, bro," and I was like, "Okay, that sounds like fun." So I
Dude,
beat
just play
Sun
Showdown.
and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Moon came out, so I beat that again, and then we never even ended up playing.
You know the one fucking thing... It's so funny. The one thing Ultra Sun and Moon changed was that they went back on, like, killing the mom. Like the twist at like where they fucking like the main bad guy being fucking whatever her name is.
Did that happen? Somebody's mom
Sun
died
and
in
Moon-
that game?
Sun and Moon, like the main villain, fucking like I don't remember what her name is, but like the Lily's mom.
What the fuck? I don't
It's
remember
like
that.
she's the main villain and she ends up dying.
I don't remember that. What
Yeah,
the
she
hell?
fuses with like an Ultra Beast. And
I
then,
don't remember anything
yeah,
about that game
fucking
really,
weird.
but I especially don't remember that.
in an on Ultra Moon, they just like redeem her instead.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like the one like thing that's like whoa.
How I long for the days of Pokemon Gen 1.
Yeah. Or even Gen 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. I kind of... I used to think I really liked Gen 4, but then I went back to it and I was like,
I still
maybe
do.
not.
There's-
I have nostalgia for it.
I like the
like
Gen
Platinum, I
4
like
games,
Heart Gold,
but
Soul Silver.
Diamond and Pearl are so damn slow.
Not original Diamond and Pearl.
Like I know that it's like a
Original Diamond
meme to
Pearl.
say Diamond and Pearl are slow, but like even when you try to turn, there's
They
like a
really are.
delay and you can't fucking. It takes like a
I
second to
prefer
turn.
them to
and-
Platinum. I don't like the shit Platinum ads.
Yeah, but Platinum
Why?
runs well.
I mean, it's just faster.
Yeah, well, just use the 60 FPS cheat code and emulator, and then you win.
I guess.
What
so.
shit does it add that's like not good? Can't
I
really think.
don't. The distortion world is just like annoying, like fucking boulder pushing for like 20 minutes, and then like I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like the only
just-
thing it adds.
I'd just rather play. Just rather play the original one. It's tighter paced.
Also got all the monsters, man. All the monsters.
They
you don't
remembered
have
to
pick
put
between
Tangle
two.
in the game in Platinum. They forgot him the first time.
Tangle.
They advertised the
Absolutely
game
forgot.
on all the new evolutions that you can't get till the post game, and they entirely forgot to put Tangle in the game.
And
Oh, yeah.
all require trade evolutions.
I didn't
so
know
don't
that
forgot
Tangela
them,
just
that's
wasn't in
good.
that fucking game. That's funny.
Yeah, they added him in
'Cause I don't
Platinum.
care
He's
about
not in
Tango.
Diamond and Pearl. You can't get Tangrowth in Diamond and Pearl. They just forgot.
I had him because I used the transfer feature from the
Who the fuck
GBA
cares about
games.
Tangrowth?
I like Tangrowth.
You?
I like Tangrowth.
Okay.
What's wrong with him? He's cool.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like it's like the last Pokemon I think of.
He's got
I prefer
Big
the
noodle
simpler
arms.
days, man.
The 151 days.
The 151, the 250 even.
Yeah. I like. I mean, my favorites will always be Gold and Silver,
Yeah,
Crystal.
pretty solid.
Even if the beta is dope,
The beta better.
some say. Some
I
say beta
fucking,
better than
but you
final.
guys really need to play the Super Gold 97 ROM hack.
Yeah, I will.
Fucking immaculate.
I just haven't been in a Pokemon mood.
Yeah,
Been out of that shit.
yeah. I kind of fell off it too after playing Gen 1 like 70 times in a row.
Yeah. Eventually, you kind of because I replayed like Gens 1 through 4. There's 1 through 5, and I was after that I was like I can't fucking.
You guys,
handle
you
these
guys were
features.
there like every week. I was like, "Yep, I'm going through the game with this team."
Yeah, that's crazy. It was too much Pokemon going on.
I actually played that shit like 40 times.
I mean, it's a good ass game. And Red
It's
and Blue,
great.
you can,
It's
you can
really
play as Red
fun
and
just
Blue and
going
get
through with a
super.
random team like of stuff you can't normally get.
Red and Blue are not long at all.
Cause I feel like every time I play a Pokemon game, right, it's like okay, I fill up my party like on the first like 3 routes, and then I just never get anything else.
Right.
So I'm just like, yeah, what if I just go through the whole last game with like Tangela from the start?
I mean, yeah. I usually have my team planned out from the beginning, makes it fun. Just because it's like you're
Yeah.
fucking. It's like you're getting the boys back together.
Exactly.
Because if you have like a list of everyone you want, and it's like you're going one by one, picking everyone up.
I like Pokemons. They should make a good one again.
I do too. Remember Legends Arceus?
So shit.
Fuck
That
them.
might be the most confusing game on the planet to me.
It
Because
might be
all
the
the
most
all the
ugly game.
Pokemon fans are like, this is the best game we've had since like the good old days. Since like Gen 3, this is the best Pokemon game they've done. I'm like, what the fuck are you on?
Like I'm just like this.
And that is like actually a nothing video game.
When you look up Pokemon Legends Arceus, here,
Yeah.
this is. I mean, you put this up on screen too. This is the one image that shows up.
Yeah. Looks
That's fucking
disgusting.
disgusting.
I just don't get why what anyone sees in this game. You just run around an empty world and throw Pokeballs at shit.
I don't
Like the battling is like barely there. Like you don't have to do any battles at all if you don't want. You just run around and chuck balls. Like
It's crazy.
I don't get it. What's the point of it?
The final fight of it's also like the weirdly,
Yeah, it's like a weird Dark Souls fight where you have to dodge roll 100
Yeah.
times.
the secret final fight or whatever the fuck against like.
Does
the
anything
fucking guy.
happen if you get hit though? Like you don't have a health bar.
You do have a you hit like you have like a fucking like
'Cause I
Call
played
of
a
Duty.
little
You have
bit
like
of
a
this
Call of
game.
Duty health bar.
Oh really?
Yeah, but there's like a final Pokemon fight against whatever the fuck his name is. He's just like it's like fucking Garatina man, and it's weirdly like an insanely unfairly difficult fight where he has 7 Pokemon on his team and like 4 of them are legendaries,
Yeah.
and you like just do not have that opportunity to get that.
I don't understand the appeal of this game. I don't know what everyone saw in it that I didn't.
Well, I mean, maybe your mind will be changed when they release
'Cause,
Pokemon
like,
Legends.
Like there's still Pokemon fanboys out there, but most people agree that like Pokemon's like terrible now and has been terrible. But like for some reason this game was like, holy shit, bros, they're
I
back.
guess it's literally just something new. It's like that's
Everyone was
all.
like, they're back, guys, they're back. Pokemon's back, and I'm like, really? Are they? This looks terrible.
It does. I mean, it did well enough that they're releasing a sequel.
They sure are.
There's Pokemon Legends
Zaza.
which is gonna be.
One za, please.
I want some legendary
Yeah, they're bringing back the other worst Pokemon game and making it open world. Yeah.
I can't. I remember I was so excited for Gen 6,
Oh, me too.
We all were.
the first 3D Pokemon game.
Yeah, and then
I liked it when I played it too. I didn't know
I
about it.
didn't like it.
I didn't
was
like Black and White, but I was willing to give them another shot.
I liked Black and White. I thought X and Y was a fluke, like it's unfinished. It's their first time doing 3D, but then it just continued to get worse, and it was like, oh, they're just incompetent.
Remember when in Sun and Moon they got rid of gyms and
Oh,
they
yeah.
replaced it with totem battles?
Classic.
What the fuck?
They're still pretty much gyms anyway.
But instead, the final fight's just one Pokemon.
Yeah, genius.
Isn't that cool? That's what we needed to change about gyms. And then they just never did that shit again because they realized it wasn't cool.
Yeah. Oh well.
And that was also Gen 6 was the beginning of like every Pokemon game needing a gimmick.
I want to get some
Pokemon
Papa
more
John's.
Dude, I
Yeah.
would kill for a Papa John pie right now.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's time to fucking pack up the lunchbox and we all get Papa John's.
It's already sticks
That
here.
sounds
I'm,
like a
I'm
solid
super
plan,
ready
yeah.
for some Papa.
Alright. Well, this was the fucking return of new Super Ultra Boys.
New Ultra Boys.
Yep, next time we'll be back with Bomberman Hero.
Another classic N64 game.
Isn't there already like a Bomberman 64?
There's
yeah.
3 of them.
There's like 4 Bomberman games on N64.
Oh,
Why Hero?
Oh, there are 4 because there's Bomberman 64, and then they made Bomberman Hero, and then they made Bomberman 64 2, and then they made another game called Bomberman 64 that's only in Japan for some reason. And the second
it's
Bomberman
just-
64, not Bomberman 64 2, but Bomberman 64 number 2 is just
It
like a
had to have been
normal ass
successful.
Bomberman game. The Bomberman games are always somehow
just had to have been
successful. They're made on like $12 and they're just the same game every time. And then
Yeah,
they
I
make
know.
like
I guess
$100,000
It's
and
not
they make
hard.
another one.
Yeah, Hero's like a weird 3D platformer.
Yep.
It's genius. Okay. It's Papa's time.
It's Papa time.
Alright, guys.
We love dip
We're-
and sauce.
We gotta get some dipping sauce, so we'll see you next time for Bomberman.
See you,
Stick
brothers.
to the local brew.
Stick to the local brew.
Brew.